Goldberg, and I'm the programs coordinator here at the Manassas Museum. And today I'm going to take you on a mini walking tour of Old Town Manassas. And today is going to be part one. If you'll join me again next week, it'll be part two. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the Manassas Museum. Just to give you a little bit of background about Manassas, Manassas is a city that sits on about 10 square miles of land, and that land has seen a lot. It's been many things to many people over time. Currently, there's about 41,000 residents in Manassas, and we're a relatively diverse city, primarily Caucasian, Hispanic, and African American. So, starting here at the Manassas Museum and thinking just in general about the land that those 10 square miles occupies and what it's been over time. Originally, this land was hunted by Native Americans. Native Americans came through the area, probably members of the Manassas tribe came through. We have found evidence of Native American hunting on the grounds at the museum, and we have some of those objects still in our collection. So originally the land was used by Native Americans. Later on in the 17th and 18th century, Europeans came to the area to farm the land, bringing enslaved Africans with them to do a lot of the work. And then later in the 19th century, war came to the area. It's a large part of our history here in Manassas. And then more modern times came, and we saw the growth of the population. A number of schools came to the area, and in the 1990s, the museum was established. And so here we are at the Manassas Museum, and this site alone has seen so many things over time. So the Manassas Museum now has a number of objects in the collection that tell the story of the city from the early days of European settlers up until more modern times. And we also have objects, like I mentioned, of Native Americans who came through the area. This land that we're standing on now, where the building behind me sits, and there's a long sidewalk that runs out to the Prince William Street in front of the museum. This land has been many things over time. It was in the 19th century, it was owned by a man named Isaac Baldwin, and Mr. Baldwin owned a lot of the land in Manassas. And he built a house here that, oh, I have a picture of that house. Mr. Baldwin built a house here that was eventually turned into a number of different things. It became a school, and eventually over time, 7 different schools were built on this site where the Manassas Museum sits now. During the Civil War, this land was used by both sides of the war as an encampment, as a fort, and now again you can come visit the museum, you can come see our special exhibits and our permanent exhibit, and you can come enjoy programs like our summer walking tours.